let the worries slip away. Liquid lunch, we're living for today. There's Troy laughing with his gin and a grin, telling stories about where he's been. Boomer's got whiskey, he's loosening his tie, chasing dreams under a midday sky. The bartender knows us, he's mixing with flair. Every sip's a moment we're happy to share. Liquid lunch, pour it smooth, let it flow. Friends round the table where the good times grow. Raise a glass, let the worries slip away. Liquid lunch, we're living for the day. The clock don't matter, we're lost in the vibe. Jazz in the air, feel the soul come alive. From martinis to bourbon, we're riding the wave. Stealing this hour, it's the freedom we crave. Sun's still shining, but we're in our zone. This bar's our shelter, our temporary home. One more round before the world calls us back. Savor the moment, keep the blues in the rack. We'll laugh and we'll toast till the afternoon fades. Memories made in these liquid escapades. Liquid lunch, pour it smooth, let it flow. Friends round the table where the good times grow. Raise a glass, let the worries slip away. Liquid lunch, we're living for the day. So here's to the daylight, the drinks and the fun. Our liquid lunch, till the next one comes. With a wink and a smile, we'll be back real soon. Chasing that jazz under the high noon.
Salut and welcome. So glad you all could make it. I see a number of you already here, starting with the lovely Netter of Netter's Network saying, hello, love of my life. Hello to you, love of my life. She says, like, share, subscribe, and become a member. Yes, please do all of those things. Let me make sure that my volume is appropriately up. It looks like it's struggling. Give me a second here. Let me check my sound. Microphone. Yeah. System. Sound. Let's put that volume up. I don't know why it is so low. That is a little bit better, I would imagine. Let me know if after my adjustment it looks a little bit better. Hopefully it does. Drink 'em if you got 'em, everyone, says Big Al of Big Al Presents. Have a great show. Thank you. Thank you so much, my friend. Connie Cleary, the bird woman of YouTube, is here saying hail to the chat and hail to myself. Thank you so much. Hail all, smash the like button and enjoy the show. Yes, I do hope you enjoy the show. Today is Tuesday Talk, so the talk is yours. What do you want to talk about today? I think he meant to say 5x5. That's what happens when you got your caps lock on there, my friend. Thank you. All right. Well, hey, the volume may have been low, but at least I wasn't muted today, right? At least my camera was on. So it's like progress, right? We're getting there. And hey to Clifton 3D. So good to see you, my friend. So glad you are here. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. What do we got going on this side? Awesome. Okay. So, and of course, we are live on X. We are live on Rumble. Those links are down below in the description. Very much would appreciate it if you followed me in those two places as well. I need to diversify. Everyone should diversify. What do they say about keeping all your eggs in one basket, right? Especially a basket as unreliable as this one happens to be. Just saying. Just saying. So, what's going on in the world today? I mean, nothing interesting going on, right? There's it's all pretty boring and nothing to talk about. I don't know. We just watched the members night at the movie last night. We watched Escape from L.A. I suspect that part of the reason that people thought that would be a good one to watch is because I think there's a lot of people that do want to escape LA right about now. And I don't just mean because of the past week or so. I'm talking, the past couple of years, I mean, it was fiery before people started purposely setting fires. It's gotten pretty bad. Poor management of the state. I don't even know what to say. Chester D. Molester, welcome. I'm going to the movies tonight. Question mark? I don't know. Are you going to the movies tonight, Chester? And what will you be watching? I am curious to hear. This is Tuesday. If you don't actually leave the house to go see a movie, of course you can join us at 7:30 Central, 8:30 Eastern on Deleted Scenes and all the affiliated channels, myself, Netter, and Aged Boomer, for Live from Sparkwood 21, where our feature will be the very enigmatic David Lynch film Mulholland Drive. We're not going to dig too deeply into it tonight. We are going to watch it, discuss it a little bit. I'll point out a few things to pay attention to, because next week we will do a much deep dive on that movie. I feel like we need to dedicate a whole stream to the discussion of that one. And then, of course, immediately after that will be Blake 7. If you want to watch that along with us, tonight's episode is from season 3, The Children of Auron. Mark Melnikoff joins us. He says, Merpo, bring on the gach, rokeg blood pie, and warm blood wine. Well, salute to you, my friend. Absolutely sounds wonderful. By the way, what do you guys think? I got a new light. The switch in my previous one died on me, and I kind of like the lavender. Well, on camera it looks a little bit more leaning towards the blue, but it's kind of a purplish lavender color, and I like it. And then it leaves more room open here for me to get a new sign with the last call logo. In the meantime, right now we have the rocks glass that I got from Netter. So there you go. So yeah, if you want to hang out with us tonight, there is some films, a film and a TV show to be watched with some friends, and I hope you can join us. Otherwise, love to know what you're going to see at the cinema. I don't even know what's good out these days. Hey Troy, I was just watching the London premiere of Jurassic World Rebirth. Well, let us know what you think, Jesse. Let us know if you recommend that film. Keep in mind, I'm someone who has not seen most of the Jurassic World movies. I saw the first 2 Jurassic Park films, and I think I kind of No, I saw the third one too. I just don't remember the details very well. Kind of bowed out at that point. And don't forget, you see a premiere like that, get over to Criticless. That's Criticless, and leave a review. And if you are the first person to leave a review for any given movie, which is probably the case with a premiere like this, you can earn yourself an achievement over on that page. The Life of Chuck. I do believe Big Al has a review up on that on his channel, so definitely go check that out. Sorry, Troy. I was watching the live streams of the premiere. I really wish I was there. Okay. I misunderstood. Fair enough. Still, I would go and register at Criticless. It costs nothing. It is a much better option to Rotten Tomatoes and all those other reviewing sites, because it's truly a free speech place. No manipulation. Just, you can go there, you can leave your reviews, see what other people have thought about films before you go to see them. Follow certain people so that if you know people like Deleted Scenes, Sin's Corner, Big Al Presents are the type of people that do reviews that you generally tend to agree with, maybe you want to make sure you're following them so if they do a review of a movie, it's one you'd be interested in going to check out. So there you go. And Big Al, I do believe you have a blue wrench. So if you want to drop a link to your review for The Life of Chuck, that would be not only acceptable, highly encouraged. Would really appreciate that. And of course, get yourself over to Criticless, because I know you've been planning to, and you haven't just yet. And you have a lot of reviews that you can be sharing over there that people would love to see. You've got a whole long backlog. You could make filling out Criticless reviews like a full-time job. But anyway, yeah. So what else have we got going on? Again, trying to stay away from the politics. I happen to be one of those types that, for all the strong political opinions I have, I also feel like, whatever's going on outside of our borders, if it doesn't directly affect us, I think we should just mind our own business. I just think that's part of being a good neighbor. You wanna get into a fight with somebody. You don't need everyone piling on. You do what you got to do. You take care of you. We'll take care of us. There you go. There's Big Al Presents dropping his review to The Life of Chuck. That is, yes, get over there, check it out. Give him a like, give him a dislike if you disagree with him. Whatever engagement you give him, make sure you do, because that lets people know that he's got content worth checking out, and he absolutely does. Had a great time with him on Saturday watching Love at First Bite, for, as he has dubbed it, George Hamilton June. So the next one is going to be Zorro the Gay Blade a week from this Saturday. I remember seeing that one as a kid, but I vaguely remember it. And chances are a lot of the jokes probably went over my head. So it will probably be like watching it all over again. Politically incorrect, you bet it is. That's some of the best humor. Absolutely some of the best humor. I feel like we've forgotten how to be humorous, right? Most problems eventually take care of themselves. Now, where did I hear that before? Yeah, he's he's quoting myself back at me. These things do tend to work themselves out. I just feel like we have a tendency to overreact, and that's especially become true in this very reactionary social media age, where you immediately start typing because you're angry, and it's like, you know what? That comment will still be there 15 minutes from now, a half hour from now, after you get off of work tomorrow morning. Maybe think about it a little bit. I'll tell you, there have been times where I've misread what someone was getting at. Now, communication's a two-way street. If you don't communicate clearly what it is you're trying to say, it's going to you're not going to get your point across, and that's going to be a problem. But also, you gotta pay attention to what people are saying. Think through what's most likely, I'm waiting for Spaceballs 2, The Search for More Money. How cool is that we heard an announcement about that? I just hope that Mel Brooks is as involved as they imply that he is. But I'm a little concerned that he's taken a little bit of a backseat to some other creators. So my concern is that we expect this to be, a wonderful Mel Brooks, opus, but it might go down as a lackluster sequel, like what was the Coming to America sequel that they did, and there's been a number of other sequels many years later, and you just go, really. But you're right. I'll keep my fingers crossed, and we'll hope for the best. On the toy front, in that regard, there have not been a lot of, despite the humor of the show, the merchandising, right? So a lot of fans have taken to making their own custom action figures of Spaceballs. I think that somebody needs to get on that, one of the big toy companies, because you are really, really missing. And I mean one of the big, good mass marketing toy companies, not Super 7. I don't want to pay $30 for a little action figure with no accessory. You know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous. Rosefire says, geek crossover question. How do you say "May the Force be with you" in Klingon? That is a great question. Mark, you're here, and you are a better Klingon linguist than I am, I do believe. I'd love to know what you think. Yes, they're calling it the Schwartz Awakens. How odd. But yes, I suspect we're going to get a lot of jokes about the sequels and all of that kind of stuff. At least I hope we are. We should. We really, really should. Let me see. I'm going over to whole ambush. May the Force be with you. I was just wondering if somebody's already translated it. Yeah, see, I don't see a discussion specifically about the Force. Let's just try Force. The Force. Whew, having a hard time finding a good translation for Force. The Brave is what they keep coming up with, but that doesn't seem to be. And then when you start thinking that through, because obviously, like you said, it is across genres, right? So the Force as a concept isn't a thing in the universe of Star Trek. So in order to translate it, you have to say, well, what does the words the Force mean? It refers to some sort of esoteric, some sort of energy. But again, it's like a proper term. It's not just any energy, it's the energy, right? So would energy be appropriate? Would the word that they use to describe, gravitational forces and magnetic forces and stuff, would that be an appropriate translation? Yeah, see, Mark is saying there isn't currently a translation for force that works in that context. See, those are the hardest translations to do, are ones where you are looking to talk about things that they don't talk about in Star Trek. You're not going to have a lot of vocabulary for those words. So being a little bit more general, talking about the Klingon language, it is still a fairly dynamic, emerging language. Every year, Klingon speakers get together at this big meeting of the Klingon Language Institute called the Kep-A. It literally means big meeting. Dr. Mark Okren, the creator and shepherd of the language, goes almost every year. They have competitions for people to, demonstrate their prowess in the language, and those that win are given the opportunity to request new words. And so recently, we've gotten a lot of new Klingon words, specifically in the areas of different sciences. Surprisingly, things like geology and stuff like that. And of course, there's always repetitive requests for religious terms, partly because a lot of the die-hard Klingon linguists, one of the big projects they're working on is translating the Bible. And so sometimes you need to, come up with translations for those esoteric terms. Let me get back to what you guys were saying. You think George Lucas would get involved with Spaceballs too? I don't think George Lucas really wants to get involved with anything anymore. I think he just wants to be retired at this point. From what I remember, George Lucas helped with Spaceballs, but with the clause of no toys. That could be. I hadn't heard anything like that. Although Mark said he's sure it's been... he said it's been translated before, but then he went into it and didn't see anything. Now, that's interesting because I see that Big Al has found something on Klingon.com. The Force. May the great power make you strong. That would be Du Hosh Mohajaj Hash. May the great power guide you. Dudev Jaj Hash. May the great power fill you. Duteb Babjaj Hosh Aj. And may the great power accompany you. Dut Jaj Hosh. There you go. And of course, there are ways to translate that to be said in the plural to multiple people. May the great energy field be helpful. Vujaj Hoshchem. So there are different ways that people have suggested, may the Force be with you. I don't think any of those have yet become what you would consider canonical. Again, it does kind of border on Yeah, that was one of the ones that people had suggested, Netter. Come alive with Pepsi was mistranslated in another language. Pepsi brings your ancestors back to life. Actually, I thought the original slogan was choice of a new generation. And I think that's the one they mistranslated as to bring your ancestors back to life. There's also a lot of problems with transliterations because sometimes they don't try to translate the words. They just try to say proper names like Coca-Cola in the local accent because you can't translate Coca-Cola. It's a proper name, right? But if you pronounce it wrong or you pronounce it in a certain way in Japanese, you get something like bite the wax tadpole. It actually has a meaning that's kind of weird. So probably best to steer clear of that particular pronunciation. We can learn fascinating things about culture through their language. I talk about this a lot when I or at least I did when I used to do conventions talking about Klingon culture and language. Words that don't translate so well outside of a culture are words that just don't exist because it's not part of their lifestyle. It has to do with how a culture thinks. So, for example, I think the one that most non-Klingon speakers know is that there isn't really words for niceties, right? Things that aren't important, that are just cultural, hello, how are you? I hope you're doing well today. Goodbye, take care, see you again real soon. These are all just unnecessary words in Klingon culture. It is not considered rude to just walk into a store and say, I want this. And then for that person to not say anything at all, just turn and get the thing you want. That's just functional, So when Mark comes in, for example, and says kapla, and I say to him chavan, these are words that exist in the Klingon language that wouldn't normally be used between Klingons to greet, because there wouldn't be such greetings. But they have realized in interacting with humans, they need something. So, kapla is a general, more like we would say hooray, right? So, kapla, success, you've arrived, congratulations, nuknech, what do you want? That's considered by most non-Klingon speakers to be a greeting, but it's literally an opening. You haven't said anything to me and you're here. What do you want? It's not rude. It's just, let's get on with it, and kavan, which I often say to Mark, is another one that Klingons have gone out of their way for this sentiment of humans. It means I salute you, or you honor me. Yeah, Big Al. I was just reading those. Essentially, work around using different words to get there. But like I said, it is workarounds. It is people being drawing inspiration, coming up with their own muse for how to say something. Being creative. That's the word I'm looking for. Couldn't find the word creative, right? Being creative, trying to get at the heart of what you mean, but until the community decides on like an official way, I'm sure in the Star Wars universe, there was probably, before people started calling it the Force, everyone had a different name for this energy field that affected their lives and probably had different words for it until, the Jedi came along and goes, you know what, we're going to call it the Force. And we're going to say, may the Force be with you, How long does it take to learn the Klingon language? Well, it takes about as long as it takes any language. And it's sometimes harder because unless you are really clicked in with a community that you can practice it, immersion is always the best way to learn a language. You learn it by doing it. You learn it by using it, you know. The Klingon Language Institute has a lot of great opportunities for that. So if you're really interested in it, I believe it's kli.org is the web page to go to. Let's see. And Jesse Guajardo, welcome. Saying hi to Netter. Rosefire hanging out in here. Thanks for asking. Brain foggy, just plowing through a rainy day and a lot of work. They were calling for rain, and it doesn't look too sunny out right now. Alexa, is there rain in the forecast?
It might rain today. There's a 51% chance at 7 p.m.
So what she's saying is it's slightly better than 50-50. You know, flip a coin and, you know, I don't know. Boy, if you could predict the weather, you know, half the time, I don't know. Klingons don't waste time with weak Terran platitudes. We are direct and to the point. Yes, exactly right. And we're at the midpoint, so I think what I'm going to do, just so that I don't have to bore you all later on, is I'm just going to go ahead and play the promos. You guys really know what we do throughout the week, but you know, I put some work into these, so I want to go ahead and play these.
This week on Live from Sparkwood and 21, we'll be watching the inscrutable David Lynch film Mulholland Drive. A link to the live stream of the feature will be provided in the chat while the commentary runs on all other platforms. Join us this Tuesday at 7:30 Central, 8:30 Eastern on Deleted Scenes and Affiliate.
With the destruction of the Clone Masters, Servalan seeks out another method of cloning. Auron. Infecting a pilot from Auron, she then offers a cure, but only so she might land troops on Auron. It's the children of Auron. This Tuesday on Last Call presents Blake 7 at 10 p.m. Central, 11 Eastern.
It's Thursday night, and Netters Network talks to the streamers who have everybody talking. It's Thursday Things, Thursdays at 9 Central, 10 Eastern on Netters Network.
This week on Saturday Night at the Movies, Netters Network presents the 1990 Godfather parody, The Freshman. Netters Network Retro Cinema. Saturday at 9 Central, 10 Eastern on Netters Network.
Every Sunday evening, Aged Boomer and Papa Pacelli bring you the rundown of the week's geek news, or at least what they think is interesting. You may have heard about it somewhere else, but Boomer and Pacelli put a spin on it you likely won't hear anywhere else. It's Geeky Geezers, every Sunday evening at 8 Central, 9 Eastern. And Master Swag King says, hello. Well, hello, Master Swag King. Good to see you, my friend. And, yeah, I like this one. Big Al says, well, I found out it is raining here. Thank you, Alexa. What I have found funny is when I'll ask, and I'll be standing like by the kitchen window, because we've got a listening device in our kitchen. Usually that's where we're saying, you know, add this to the list, add that to the list, and keep our shopping list up to date, or ask for a recipe. But I'm standing there looking out the window, and I could see that this is come up a couple of times, not specifically today. And I'm looking out the window and I can see it raining. And I'll just say, tell me about the weather. I'm asking for a weather forecast. And she'll say, it might rain today. And I'm like, you think? I'm watching it rain right now. Duh. I mean, that's always a good way to tell the weather. Just look outside, Put your hand outside, see if it gets wet. It's raining. Like, share, subscribe, become a member. Yes, please become a member. I had a couple people drop off the roll. I miss you guys. I miss you guys. If you guys become a member and then go away, I wonder, what did I do wrong? Did you not like the content I was putting out? I'm sorry. I'm trying. But by all means, please tell me, if there's something you'd like to see on the show, some topic you'd like me to talk about, let me know. Real Wade Nation Gaming says, one day I'll have just you on a show. Absolutely. I would love to come hang out with you whenever I can. Can't always promise to be there for the rewatches on Saturdays. Since I literally am streaming every day, sometimes I do have to take some time to get some stuff done. It really is. It better rain. I thought I brought this up, but I didn't. Tell Alexa to fix that. My tomatoes need water. Well, they make these, I know it's very newfangled, but they've got these things called watering cans. You can fill them up, with water and then just pour them over, your crops. That is an option. Just saying, lazy bastard. Yeah, you're not doing one this Saturday. You said you got one coming up in like 2 weeks, I do believe. Oh, you were now. See, that's rough. I work random Saturdays, and that's tough because you want to plan, a regular show, but then you got to say, but I might have to work, so I might have a show and I might not have a work show. I mean, I guess the other downside is, if this is your full-time job, you're going to be regular all the time, but this ain't an easy gig. Let me tell you, it is very, very difficult. I am not above begging when I say, hey, anything you guys can do to support the channel to keep me doing this, I would greatly appreciate it, because if this doesn't work out, I can't do it. I just can't. I can't do it. It just won't happen. But anyway, I do have a little update for those of you that care about my little mini drama about Hasbro. And I'm not giving Hasbro any props on this, but the ridiculously stupid thank you so much, Real Wade Nation Gaming Clips. Really, this guy, Wade is a real go-getter. He is a marketing guy. He is really good at getting the message out on the social medias for all of his different streams, letting people know what's coming up. I do try to emulate him in this regard. And he's really big on his merch store, which I've been very slow to get to. In fact, Netter just told me, surprise on air the other day, that I have a merch store that I didn't know about. I'm going to have to look into that a little bit and do some sort of a launch of that. Yeah, I was talking about this a couple weeks ago. I said that if my contract ever ended, I was going to try to make YouTube a go. And, well, the contract ended. So I am trying to do this full time. That's why I've been doing the daily afternoon streams. For those of you that are still gainfully employed, hopefully you are still getting an afternoon lunch that you could come and hang out with me. Hit the like button and subscribe. Become a member. Do it now. Yes, please do that. Thank you so much. Serality, haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you. He says, hey, Troy, good seeing you. What's your poison? What's your poison? I'm cheating today. It's just a Rockstar energy drink tonight. But I have a lot of things I got to get done today for sure. And if only my merch moved like I try to. Haven't moved in a while, but at least you're getting the word out, which is more than, I mean, there's a lot of guys that I know that have merch stores that you literally have to go and search and see where their merch store is and then send them a note. Hey, you have a merch store? I want to get one of your t-shirts, you know? But regarding the Hasbro thing, I was talking about the Target bollocks of the rollout of their exclusive release of the Hasbro retro figures, and just can't seem to get them anywhere. And all of the pre-orders that were put in got canceled, and you weren't able to order them online, and that was the only place that they were available. And they just started trickling into the stores, and the stores are getting like 1 and 2 here and there. You go online, you try to order it, even if it's to pay for it and go pick it up, they'll take your credit card and then within 2 hours say, sorry, it's out of stock. And they give you a refund. It's like, what the hell, you know? So I did manage to take a drive yesterday and get one. I did manage to get them to, well, we'll see. One might be on the way. And I'm gonna do what a lot of other people have been doing. I'm gonna break the sets up, keep the ones I want, and sell off the others at a little bit of a premium to try and recoup my costs on them, because it's what people are doing. It's what Hasbro is enabling people to do. So why not? I get a Switch 2, but I'm not in a rush to get one. I'm not sure if that means you did or did not get one. We've got an article coming up for Geeky Geezers this Saturday talking about the Switch 2. Apparently, the docking stations aren't working, and there's no clear remedy for people. So early purchases probably are not a wise way to go. And truer words were never said. Netter is the definition of awesome. I'm sure you meant Osmo. That was a great surprise. Yeah. Were you watching when she says, "Oh yeah, go open the box underneath my blue sweater," and I go and I open it up, and there's this glass. You have a merch store, surprise. You know. But anyway. Tuesday is just a ramble. So anything you guys want to talk about? If you got nothing else, I'm gonna see who might be live right now. See if I can forward you guys on to. Oh, it looks like WDW Pro is live right now. So I am going to go ahead and let me just grab this and set up my stream to send you over there. Hopefully this time it works. The last time I sent people over to WDW Pro, it crashed the stream, and that is not a good thing. So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and do this right now. Let's go. WDW Pro, save. Okay, we're all set. And I'm going to wind us down right now. This is what I want you to do. Let's get over to WDW Pro. Get in the chat, let them know that I sent you, and say, hopefully Troy sending us over doesn't crash your stream. That's the plan. Okay? You guys all do that for me. You don't have to hang around if you don't have time, because they can go long sometimes. but go over there and say hi for me. And that's it for this Tuesday. Hope to see you on the next stream, which is live from Sparkwood and 21, starting promptly at 7:30 Central, 8:30 Eastern. We will be watching Mulholland Drive. You guys, take care.
Goodbye. Hope to see you again real soon.
So here's to the daylight, the drinks and the fun, our liquid lunch, till the next one comes. With a wink and a smile, we'll be back real soon, chasing that jazz under the high noon.